everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Daria, and today's practice is an exploration of pressure-free play. So this is a chance to feel into your breath, your movement, your practice without all of the added pressure that we can put on ourselves to be perfect and to do things the right way. I have been feeling this kind of resistance a lot lately in my teaching as well as in my practice. And so I wanted to bring this idea into class today, where we have space to just be as we are and let things flow and kind of go more from the feeling sense as opposed to always analyzing and striving. I think that is an important word to consider dropping in today's practice, this idea of striving. So you'll just need yourself and someplace to move. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll begin seated. So take a moment to settle into your space. And you can sit however is comfortable for you, maybe on your sitting bones, maybe you're in a kneeling position. Hands resting onto your thighs, palms can face up or down. Decide, make a conscious choice about what is serving you best. And then allow your eyes to settle closed. And right away here, start to feel into what it's like to drop the idea of striving for anything. What if you could just be exactly as you are in this moment, however you're showing up to your practice? And begin to receive the force of gravity, allowing your sitting bones to anchor deeply to the earth and your shoulders to soften away from your ears. Start to glide your awareness through your physical body space and observe the qualities of your presence, your energy, your state. However you are, be as you are. There's nothing you have to fix or change. And begin to notice the natural, gentle rhythm of your breathing. And gradually slow and deepen your breath. Let your next inhalation be a little longer than the one before it. And let your exhale last just as long. So we begin to find a symmetry to the quality as well as the duration of your in-breath and your out-breath. And play with cultivating a gentle Ujjayi pranayama, tracing the breath along the back of your throat to create a whispered ocean wave sound. And now for a few more moments here, begin to consider what play can feel like when you're really truly in a state of being playful and exploring. How does that manifest in your physical body, in your mental state? And you might not have an answer to that right away. It's a little abstract, but let's just consider this or contemplate playfulness as we move through this practice today. And draw your palms to meet in prayer at heart center. Take a really full, complete inhalation that rises from the pit of your belly and lifts tall through the crown of your head. And take a sigh out of your mouth, setting something free. Softly blink your eyes open and relax your palms down. Roll forward over your shins. Let's come into tabletop. Onto the hands and knees. Anchoring through your finger pads so much so that you're able to relieve some pressure from your wrists. With your next breath in, get soft into your belly. Sitting bones reach toward the sky. Ribs soften. Gently pull your heart forward and allow your eyes to move upward as an extension of your heart. As you exhale, press to the earth, tuck your pelvis, hollow through your core, round your spine, and let your chin fall toward your chest. Again, waking up the spine, inhale to slowly move into an arched back position, as though you could touch your tailbone and the back of your head together. As you exhale, press down, hollowing front body, rounding back body. Breathe between your vertebrae. Keep going. Now go at the pace of your own breath. You can play with the breath, play with the tempo, and play with the pathway of this movement. Maybe you add a little bit, some kind of lateral movement, circles. And just go for one more round wherever you are. And then finding your way back to a more neutral spine. Walk your hands just a baby step forward and curl your toes under. And take an inhale breath here to prepare. As you exhale, lift your knees and slowly, slowly glide back into downward facing dog. Have some time here to explore. So maybe you are bending one knee, reaching your opposite heel toward the earth, pedaling out the feet. Maybe your hips are doing some circles or some side-to-side glides. You could turn your head different ways. Just start to notice how this shape is feeling in your body. Notice any pressure points or sticky spots, and begin to consciously direct your breath to those spaces. Maybe there are some little wiggles you can take from that space of the body to create a bit more ease. And as you're ready, you can start to anchor more, become steady and solid. Have a micro bend in your knees and drive backward through your upper thigh bones, like you're reaching them toward the back of your mat. Simultaneously, from the bottom corners of your shoulder blades, press down and forward through your arms, through your hands, through your fingers, all the way into the earth. Trace your breath along the back body, and it's like the fabric of your muscles is untangling there, through the backs of the legs, through the lines of your spine. Let's take one more really deep breath in, and a full breath out. Next inhale breath, lift your heels, round your spine, and slowly come forward into a high plank. And stay as you exhale, let your plank get longer. Reach your heels back, grow the crown of your head forward, and spread your collarbones. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower through chaturanga all the way down onto your belly. Stretch out your feet so the toenails can anchor. And then energetically send your sitting bones toward the earth as you draw your belly away from it. Take a breath in, begin to hover your heart, hover your hands. As you exhale, stretch your fingertips all the way toward the back of your mat and turn your palms facing down. And then press into the air as though it's solid. Use that to create some leverage to grow your heart a little higher and shine it more forward. Take one more deep breath in here. As you exhale, slowly lower down. Good. Now, stretch your arms wide to the side for a moment. Float your fingertips just a little away from the earth, and then spin your palms so they face backward. Keeping this rotation of the shoulder blades, draw your palms to meet in reverse namaste, reverse prayer, somewhere along the line of your spine. You can kind of wiggle the pinky fingers up a bit higher as the palms connect. If this is a lot, just touch your fists together. So turn your forehead down, root your toenails. And then again, as you breathe in, sitting bones reach toward the earth and toward the backs of the knees. Heart floats away from the earth. Now, in the reverse namaste with the arms, allow your elbows to move toward the earth as the shoulder heads roll back and shoulder blades draw down. And really feel the expansion that you're creating across the heart space. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Good. Place your palms beside your ribs and tuck your toes. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, get taut through your front body, press to the earth. See if you can come right up into high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, micro bend knees and elbows and glide back. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Next inhalation, turn your eyes forward. As you exhale, slowly travel into ragdoll, walking your feet up, land your toes behind your wrists, and bend your knees a lot so that the spine has freedom to hang. Head can be heavy. Maybe you shake your head no, nod your head yes. For a few breaths, allow your arms to be really, really lifeless, so they're just dropping and hanging. And feel the softening through the shoulders, through the space where your head and neck connect. What if even your skull could soften, like the bones of it? Begin to dig down into your big toes. Imagine the mat beneath you is like sand or soil or something you can really imprint your toes into. And then slowly begin to round through your spine. We'll rise up to standing one vertebra at a time. Let your head remain heavy until the very, very tippy top. And then soften your shoulders away from your ears. Feet either hips distance apart or together, either way. Next breath in, grow your arms wide to the side and all the way up overhead. As your palms touch, turn your gaze up. As you exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Soften or close your eyes. Take a moment here to reconnect inside your experience. And come back to the question of what it feels like to play in a pressure-free way. Gently blink your eyes open and relax the palms down. As you inhale, stretch your arms wide and up. Maybe lean back slightly. As you exhale, lift your torso off your thighs and dive down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Head drops at the bottom. Inhale, grow your spine long, halfway lift, sitting bones back, crown of head forward. Exhale, place your fingertips to the mat. Pick up your right foot, take a big step with it to the back of your mat. Touch your toes and then your knee gently down. Now, drag your fingertips back in space. Drag your left heel back in space without actually moving it. And imagine you could slide your right knee to the top of the mat all at the same time. Can your sternum reach a little bit more forward so your spine is long? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, back knee lifts, palms flat, step to plank. Inhale here, grow your plank longer. Exhale, softly lower your knees to the mat. And then magnetizing your forearms, bend your elbows. Hips stay high, chest and chin come down. Inhale, press the tops of your feet to the earth and either slide or round forward. Let's move into high cobra. Elbows micro bend. Imagine the base of your rib cage is on a string that's being drawn straight forward, collarbone spread. Exhale, belly button to spine, hips lift, gliding back, downward facing dog. Take a full inhale breath. As you exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. Come onto fingertips and touch your back knee down. And then inhale, isometrically traction your feet toward one another. Breathing here, combing the breath through any tension that you find. And take one more inhalation. As you exhale, back knee lifts. Step your left foot beside your right and fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, spine elongates, grow halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down with a long spine. We'll rise to standing, arms go wide and up, the gaze travels up. Exhale, Tadasana, palms to prayer. Inhale, reach to the sky as much as you root to the earth. Exhale, dive down, forward folds. Breathe in, lengthen your chest away from your thighs. Breathe out, pick up your left foot, step it to the back of your space, toes and knee come down. Inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky this time for Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, let your sitting bones descend toward the earth as the front of your hip bones rise. It's like you're trying to draw your hips and your ribs to touch. Can you feel the stretch through the front of the left hip? Maybe. The upper chops are sliding away from the ears. Let's take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, cactus through your elbows. Flex your right toes. Rock your hips back in space and coil your heart forward as your fingertips go back. Hug your navel in and up toward your spine. Inhale, reach your heart forward towards your right big toe. And exhale, stay. Comb the breath down the back of your right leg. Next breath in, step forward into your right foot, knee over your ankle. Lift your back knee away from the earth and float your fingers to the sky, high crescent lunge. And then exhale, micro bend your back knee. Hug in through the front of your rib cage, grow taller through the back of your rib cage. Good. And then maybe deepening the lunge in your front leg. Your back leg works more toward straight. So you're rooting to the earth and stretching to the sky. Take one more breath in. Exhale, palms to the mat. Softly step back to plank. Inhale here and exhale, lower knees, chest, and shin. 8-point vinyasa. Inhale, sliding forward into cobra. Elbows micro bent. The shoulder blades are hugging together. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Exhale, step your left foot forward to your left thumb. Come onto fingertips and land your back knee. Breathe in, pull your feet together and reach to the sky, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, like you're pulling something heavy down from the sky, cactus your elbows, flex your left toes. Sitting bones elongate back so much so that your heart has to tip a little forward and the left leg draws towards straight. So pull up through the front of your left thigh. Integrate your front body and your back body. Belly button is hugging in. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, where can you soften? Inhale, step into your left foot, knee over the ankle. Back knee floats away from the earth and your fingertips reach to the sky. High lunge. Exhale, micro bend your back knee. Feel your tailbone coil down. Feel your back ribs lift. Feel the tips of your ears reach to the sky. And then maybe the right quads start to activate and that leg draws straighter. Take one more breath in. Exhale, fingertips down, step your right foot up beside your left and fold at the top of your mat. Take a breath in, grow your spine long, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down with a long spine, reverse swan dive, swim the arms wide and up, turn your gaze up. Exhale, Tadasana, palms to prayer. Soften or close your eyes, pause and feel. Come back to your breath. Gently blink your eyes open, let your palms release down. Next breath in, bend your knees, sink your hips low and back in space to find chair and stretch your fingers to the sky. As you exhale, stay in chair legs, just reach your heart forward and glide your fingertips back, chair with airplane arms. Next breath in, press into your right foot, come to standing there as your left knee jaws toward your chest and your fingers float up, one-legged Tadasana. As you exhale, left ankle hooks outside the right thigh, palms to prayer. Widen your knee and then send your hips back in space as the heart continues to breathe toward your thumbs, standing pigeon. Find one point to fix your gaze and then don't let it move. Next breath in, press down. Rise to standing on your right leg as the left knee hugs toward the chest and your fingers float up. As you exhale, hover your left foot an inch or so off the ground. Cactus your elbows. Begin to reach your heart forward as your left toes stretch back. Fingertips will glide back. We're moving into airplane. Right knee can be micro bent. Left toes are chasing the back of the room. The heart is chasing the front of the room. So there's an inflation of the heart like we found in the belly down cobras. So take one more deep breath in. Exhale, bend your right knee really, really deeply and very slowly step your left toes to the back of the mat. As you inhale, root down, rise up, high crescent lunge. As you exhale, palms to the mat, press down, round. Pick up your right leg, glide it through and back into three-legged down dog. Take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, left heel rises, right knee hugs towards your left tricep. Then extend your right leg through to the left. Knife edge of the foot comes down. Pivot your back heel down. Inhale, dig into your right fingertips and stretch your left fingers to the sky. Fall in a triangle. As you exhale, carry your left fingertips forward over the top of your head. Take one more breath in. And exhale, pivot to face the top of the mat. Plant your left palm, turn left toes forward. Hug your right knee to your chest. Now, turn your left heel to the left. So we're rolling to face the right long edge of the mat. The knife edge of your left foot is anchoring. Step your right toes off the mat behind you. And as you inhale, curl your left shoulder blade onto the back of your heart and open up into Wild Thing. Reminding yourself, playful, pressure-free, so you can keep it a little bit easy going. And take one more deep breath in, expanding across the front body. As you exhale, pivot to stack right side on left side, and slowly, slowly we'll travel back into downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Inhale, lift your heels, round your spine, come forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Breathe in, slide forward, up dog or cobra as you reach your legs back. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Next inhalation, lift your heels, look forward and bend your knees. Exhale, step or take a little hop to a fold at the top of your mat. Breathe in to grow your spine, lengthen. Breathe out, bow. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips back in space. Float your fingers to the sky. Exhale, heart forward, fingertips back, chair with airplane arms. Next breath in, press down. Come to standing on the left foot, hug your right knee to your chest, and let your fingertips float to the sky. Can there be buoyancy here? As you exhale, right ankle outside left thigh, palms to prayer. Starting to sink down into standing pigeon, but it's like a controlled sink, like you're riding on an elevator. Soften around your jaw, soften around your shoulders, and soften any attachment you have to your balance. Balance can bring up a lot, so if things are calibrating or wobbly, it's okay. Next breath in, press down. Come to standing on the left foot. The right knee hugs toward the chest. The fingertips float up. As you exhale, hover the right foot through as the elbows cactus. Then shine your heart forward. Reach your right toes back and slowly moving into airplane. Imagine your body is being hugged on all sides. So there's like a firming in toward the midline, especially a firming in through your outer hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, belly button to spine, bend your left knee deeply. Fingertips reach forward to counter the balance of your right toes, reaching to the back of the mat, stepping down into a lunge. Allow your inhalation to stand you up, inflating into a high lunge. And as you exhale, palms to the mat, press down, pick up your left foot, hover it through and all the way back into three-legged down dog. Inhaling here. As you exhale, left knee towards your right tricep. Extend your leg through to the right. Knife edge of left foot comes down. Right heel pivots down. Inhale, fall in triangle. Right fingertips stretch to the sky. Exhale, circle your right arm forward over your ear. Stay as you take a breath in. Exhale, pivot to facing the top of the mat. Right hand down, right toes forward. Left knee squeezes to the chest. Then turn your right heel down the opposite way. So pinky side of the foot roots. Left toes step off the mat behind you. As you inhale, begin to inflate through your pelvis. Lift through your chest and really feel your right bicep wrap forward, right triceps wrapping back. Take a deep breath in Wild Thing. Exhale, pivot back to facing the top of your mat, slowly coming into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, heels rise, round your spine and come forward, High Plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, slide through, Up Dog or Cobra, stretch out your feet. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. As you arrive here, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Okay, we're gonna spend 5 breaths here. If you'd rather come to Child's Pose, go there. Pay attention to what you can feel in stillness that's moving on the inside, noticing the subtle shifts in your sensations. Where can you feel or sense energy flowing, traveling in your body? Where is there prana moving? If you're in Child's Pose, begin to return to Down Dog in the next breath or two. And with your next breath in, lift your heels, bend your knees, and softly lower them to the mat. And we'll come into our forearms. So bring them to the mat, and you can measure the distance by catching opposite elbows. And then you can decide, you could clasp your hands and interlace the fingers, or maybe the palms are pointing forward and it's more of an equal sign position. Either way is great. So start to walk your feet back, and we'll step into a dolphin plank or a forearm plank. Create energy between your inner thighs. Spread your collarbones. Reach back through your heels forward through the crown of your head. Simultaneously, can you pull elbows and toes toward one another like you're trying to compress your mat? Breathe. Inhale here. Exhale, begin to crawl your feet forward as the hips spike up toward the sky to move into dolphin. The knees can bend. Play with your gaze. So maybe you want to turn the eyes a bit forward. Maybe you want to drop the head, turn the eyes back. And you have some freedom here to explore. So play around and take a few breaths. Can you broaden across your upper back? Begin to lift your heels and start to walk your feet back in space, turning your eyes forward as we move back to dolphin plank. Inhale here, and exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your belly, landing the thighs, the pelvis, the chest, and the chin. Begin to kick your heels in toward your sit bones and swim your arms around and back. Catch your ankles from the outsides. Flex your feet so you're creating like a handle that you can catch onto through the ankles, and draw your inner thighs toward one another like you're squeezing a block between them. Now, as you inhale, just begin to lift your heart away from the earth, like there's a balloon in there that's rising it up to the sky. And as you exhale, start to kick your shins straight back behind you. Maybe the thigh bones begin to float away from the earth. The back of the heart is broadening. The front of the heart is broadening. And there becomes this like rocking horse action when you play a tug of war with your shins and your heart. And take one more breath in, expanding across the front body. And exhale, gently lower down. Release your feet. Send your right arm wide to the side like a T shape. Press your left palm down beside your ribs. We'll roll to the outer right hip. Step your left toes off the mat behind you and allow your head to drop. Comb your breath through the front of your shoulder, your chest, and release pressure from the lower body, from the legs. So really feel that you're being held by the earth, and that enables you to release control and get softer. And slowly roll through the center back onto your belly. And change sides. Left arm reaches wide, right hand presses down, roll to your outer left hip, and then relax your head. Breathing here. And just take a few rounds. Can you soften your facial features, melting away any expressions? And then roll in an easy way back onto your belly. Palms beside ribs, press down, move through tabletop and into child's pose. Toes touching, knees could be wide or together. Sitting bones rest onto your heels and the fingertips crawl forward. And you have the option, you could stay here for a few rounds. If you'd like, maybe sliding out into Anahatasana, puppy. So the shins will turn parallel and the arms slide forward, hips lift to the sky, maybe forehead down, maybe chest and chin. Wherever you're going, let's take 5 more rounds of breath. Notice where you can surrender. If you're in puppy, lift your heart. Slide your arms and your hips back in space so we'll all meet in child's pose. And then on your next inhalation, round your spine, come forward, hands and knees. As you exhale, swing your shins over to one side and we'll come down to seated. Circle your legs around and forward. We'll take Paschimottanasana, so the seated forward fold. Extend your legs long, dig your heels down, and try, without actually moving them, to pull your heels back in space. As you do this, root your sit bones to the earth and then sprout from there up your spine all the way past the top of your skull. So we're sitting really tall. If this feels difficult, you could always sit up onto a blanket or a pillow or even a block. And this will enable you to fold forward while maintaining space through the spine, which is what we are practicing. So take a breath in, stretch your arms wide and up to the sky. And as you exhale, leading from your sternum, lift your torso off your thighs and fold forward. So you might catch your shins, you might catch your ankles, you might catch your feet. And really, it doesn't matter where you're holding on. One is not better than the other. So drop any idea of where you think you should be, what's good, what you should do. Just let yourself be. Trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Drop back on your big toes and your pinky toes and press gently forward through the big toe mounds and the pinky toe mounds. Stay connected to the symmetry of your breathing. And slowly begin to rise up. Crawl your fingertips or slide them back in space, maintaining the structure of your spine as you rise up. Then bend your knees, sit a little bit more toward the top of your mat, and we'll slowly roll back. And go slow, feeling the connection to your core as you do this, placing one vertebra at a time to the earth. Let the back of your head land, and then hug your knees into your chest. Keeping the head on the earth for a couple breaths here. Take some circles on your low back, massaging the sacrum into the earth. You can go in both directions a few times. And then curl your chin up. Wrap your forearms tighter around your shins and compress into a tight hug. Take a full breath in. Exhale, open up into Savasana. Arms and legs stretch open. If you want to sigh out of the mouth, go ahead and take one or a few to clear any lingering tension or holding. Once again, practice receiving gravity. And what does that shift in your body? How does that help you or assist you in softening and dropping and releasing pressure? And then give yourself this space for the next couple of minutes to simply be as you are and to rest and process and integrate all of the information from your practice, all your breath, all your movement. Begin to call awareness back to your body. And staying as you are, simply deepen your breathing. You can gently wake up fingers and toes. Maybe turn the head from one side to the other. And on your next breath in, reach your arms back over your head and grow your legs forward. As you exhale, bend your knees and roll to a side for fetal pose, letting your head relax down. And then press to the earth and gently draw yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So just as we began, you can make this your own. Take any seated posture that feels cozy and spacious for you. Palms up or down on the thighs, eyes soft or closed. And now notice the qualities of your presence, your thoughts, your sensations, all the aspects of your state. Has anything shifted or softened or been uncovered or clarified? Now draw your palms to meet in prayer at heart center. Return to the question of what it feels like in the body in a somatic way to drop pressure and find play. And get curious about how you can carry this pressure-free play into your life, into the rest of your day, your week, whatever's going on with you. And we'll take one final breath together. Inhale, fill your lungs. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. And lift your heart and bow, chin to chest. Thank you so much for sharing your space and time and practice with me today. I hope that this was fun and interesting and imperfect in whatever way it needed to be for you. And if you have any questions or thoughts, please leave them for me in the comments below. I absolutely love to hear from you. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can do that below. You can also join as a monthly donation member, and all of this really helps to support me. Have a great rest of your day or your night. I'll see you very soon in another practice. Bye.